First off, what is it? You can get a meal at any table service here at Hollywood Studios, and then you get guaranteed seating for that night's Fantasmic show. But not only is it just guaranteed seating, it's in a VIP section. So you get a fantastic view of the show, but let's figure out if the Fantasmic Dining Package is worth the money. Now, as of right now, the following restaurants participate in the dining package. All the table service here at Hollywood Studios. So Mama Melrose, Hollywood Brown Derby, Sci-Fi Dine-In, Hollywood and Vine, and then where we ended up eating, 50's Prime Time. Now, the prices for the dining package vary depending on where you're eating. So starting with the lowest of $51 for Sci-Fi Dine-In and going up to $77 for the Brown Derby. Now, these prices may vary in the future, but that's to give you kind of an idea of what you're looking at range-wise. Now, if you're doing that Disney dining plan life, you can use 1 table service credit for the dining package or 2 table service credits if you are doing the package through Brown Derby. Now, questions. Is it just for a specific meal? Nope. It's for any meal that the restaurant you're participating in offers. So like Hollywood and Vine offers a breakfast buffet, so you can go eat breakfast there, get the dining package, and then later on in the day, go back and enjoy your Fantasmic show. But if you're doing something like Sci-Fi or Brown Derby, you can do lunch or dinner, just depending on which reservation you booked. Now, in terms of actually booking this dining package, you will do that the same way you do any other Disney dining, so either through the app or online. Now, since this is an add-on to your Disney day, you will also need a separate ticket and potentially park pass depending on your ticket type. I came here yesterday for lunch at 50's Prime Time with my family. Here's what the actual dining portion of this dining package involves. Now, it might vary a little bit restaurant to restaurant, but what we got here at 50's Prime Time was an appetizer or dessert, an entree, a drink, and you could sub in a milkshake for the appetizer or dessert if you want. And every single person gets that. So everybody gets their own entree and their own appetizer or dessert. Now, that's what it was like for us at 50's Prime Time, and the actual menu may vary a little bit depending on which restaurant you end up booking. This dining package is a set price with a set menu and what you can select, including the guaranteed seating for Fantasmic. However, starting August 29th, you will be getting an entree, a dessert, no appetizer anymore option, and a drink. But if you are over 21, you can get an alcoholic beverage, and that should be for all the dining package restaurants except for Hollywood and Vine, which is a buffet, so you get the whole buffet for that one. They give you these tickets for the show after your meal, and everyone who's going to the show needs a ticket. What I mean by that is if you have a kiddo who's under 2 and didn't eat at the restaurant, they still need a ticket to get into Fantasmic and see Mickey. In terms of deciding if this is a waste of money or not, I can speak to the experience at 50's Prime Time. Now, if you've never eaten at 50's Prime Time, the theme is that you've been transported back to 1952 and you're in your mom's house. So everyone here is a cousin, and you can order things like mom's meatloaf. And the theming extends into the restaurant itself with very mid-century modern decor. Love. But not only that, the waiters are in on the theme as well. So you might have to do things like set the table for the family, and do not let them catch you with your elbows on the table. I'll tell you that. We always believe here that the cast members are the true Disney difference, and the waiters here definitely live up to that because they joke and play along, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm just gonna sit here a little bit more because AC. It is hot out there, y'all. So our goal is to figure out if the dining package is worth the money, right? And I will say that for 50 specifically, it's a safe bet. A big part of that is that the food portions are huge here, and they have some of the best fried chicken at Disney World, and that's coming from a Georgia girl here. But before we can decide if it's ultimately worth the money, we've got a show to see. Now, in terms of the show itself, you have guaranteed seating. And why I say guaranteed seating is that it's not reserved seating in the fact that you have like a designated, you're going to sit in, well, wobbly table. There's not a designated seat as in like you're in A113. You have sections that are reserved for the dining package participants. And the sections for the dining package participants are in the middle of the amphitheaters. That's pretty sweet. Now, on days where there are 2 Fantasmic shows, I can't confirm this, but I've read that you can select which Fantasmic show you want to go to as part of the dining package. There's only one 9:30 show on the day that I went, so that's all I can speak to. Now, definitely a nice bonus with the reserved seating is that we didn't have to spend precious park time waiting in line for Fantasmic, especially if there's only one show like there was for us. People are going to get in line early. Seating for standby opened around 8:15 for a 9:30 show, and there are already a bunch of people ready to run up that hill. Well, not run, literally, speed walk speedily. Our waiter Justice recommended that we get there 45 minutes early which, spoiler alert, we didn't do, and it actually turned out totally fine. Now, after you finish your meal, you'll get the actual tickets for everyone in your party for the show. These are the tickets you show the cast member to gain entrance into the dining section. You'll head to the designated dining package queue at the base of the Hollywood Hills Amphitheater near Tower of Terror. They'll confirm that you have tickets and you'll start your trek on up. You'll get to the second landing here where more cast members will actually take your tickets and tear them in half. Oh, and side note, if you do need to leave the amphitheater for some reason before the show starts, you can basically get like a hall pass from a cast member that will allow you back into the amphitheater. But back to our trek. At the top of the hill, is that why they call it the Hollywood Hills Amphitheater? Ba-dum-tsh. Oh, I enjoy that. Now, it does get admittedly a little chaotic at the top of the hill as the standby line. Oh my goodness. What a fun surprise. Oh, they're my favorite. Hi guys. The silliest chipmunks. Now, as the standby queue comes to the top of the hill, it's just kind of like people going this way, all which ways. But what you're looking for is a sign that says dining package. This way, there is a separate roped off line section for you to enter the amphitheater. And dining package is in the Mickey or section. And once you're in this section, it's a first come, first serve basis for actual seats. We ended up entering about 20 minutes before the show started and got great seats. And even just moments before the show actually began, there were still plenty of seats around us. This was on a Saturday in the summer too. I mention all this to say you'll probably be fine to get a seat for the show even if you don't arrive 45 minutes early like suggested, but if a certain seat in the amphitheater is important to you, you may want to arrive a little earlier. It is such a good show. This moment, chills every time. Now, this has been all fun and games, but let's get down to business and talk pros and cons of if you should add this to your next Disney day. First off, I think it's a plus that you don't have to book the dining package specifically for dinner, that you can make it for any meal that suits your Disney day, which gives you more flexibility. Now, it was a win for us that we didn't have to get in line early because there were people lined up for the Fantasmic show an hour and a half before it began, so we were able to spend more time in the park. And if you say that time is money, then that is definitely something to take into consideration. But talking about literal money, now something that is a big consideration is that this is an additional cost to what is probably an already expensive Disney day. Awesome and a magical, but admittedly probably expensive, right? So how is this going to stack up, numbers speaking? Now, I think it depends on what you order. So, for example, my husband Aaron got the Mama's sampler and the cornbread skillet. That plus his drink would have been $55 if we had just eaten at 50's Prime Time. So the $60 dining package, $5 for guaranteed seating at Fantasmic. Pretty solid deal. Now, me, on the other hand, I got the onion rings, which 10 out of 10 recommend. So good. I also got the Caesar salad because I cannot pass up a good Caesar salad. But that with the drink ultimately cost me about $35 had we just eaten there. So the price of that with the dining package is not as good. But something else that was really important to us was that we were a family of 8, so the ability to easily get seats all together was an intangible bonus for us because ultimately Disney is all about making magical memories with ones you love. Subscribe if you believe that too, and as always, I'm Molly, and I'll meet you on Main Street. Cheers!